Hello there, it's James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Johnny Test, Fred Flintstone, and one of my personal favorites, Leonardo, and you are listening to Epic Tales from the Sewer. It's totally awesome, turtle power, go, go, go!
Tales from the Sewers podcast. Strap into the party wagon and hold on to your pizza.
All right, and we are live. This is Epic Tales from the Sewers. Joining me today, as always, is my co-host, Mr. Eric Will. How you doing, Eric?
Doing all right. How about yourself there, Justin?
Great, man. We got some great guests joining us on the show today. We have the writer and artist for the fan-created comic Casey Jones Amnesiacs. We have Casey and Isaac. How you doing, guys?
Pretty good. How about you?
Fantastic.
I'm great. Cowabunga, dudes.
We'll get some folks commenting on all that. Hopefully they've seen it. But I gotta start off at the beginning here before we get into anything else. I know, Isaac, we kind of went into this before. How did you guys get into Ninja Turtles?
Oh man.
Yeah, you want to go first?
You want me to go first? I can go first.
Yeah, you go ahead.
So it's from the beginning. From as soon as the comic came out, there were some that this is interesting that nobody probably knows about. But there was a dollar store, I believe it was a dollar store in the mall, and they had some turtle toys there before turtles had toys, and that was the first time we saw them. Me and a couple of friends. Yeah.
They were like bootleg.
They were. I guess they were because they were maybe like do you remember the store at the mall in Johnson City? It was like a dollar store in the mall. That's where the toys were.
What year was this?
Dude.
90s?
80. Oh no, it was 80s.
Okay, so that was before I moved here.
Okay.
Yeah, we moved here in like 89.
Yeah. So of course the movie got me into it pretty hardcore there.
Well, that's pretty cool. So the 1990 movie and the action figures, then it sounds like at least the
definitely.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. How about you, Isaac?
For me, it was because being a young drawer, always drawing, right? And I latched on to comics like early on. I've been making comics since I was could do it. Staple together some comics, make a comic, sell it at school or whatever, to other kids. So anyway, I remember, was it 84, right? Dang. It was a while ago when that, I was living in Nashville, Tennessee, and you would see it in the windows of these comic book stores. But I was a kid, so I didn't get to go to comic book stores. It was a new thing. I got comics at the grocery store.
Well, yeah, of course, on the spinner rack, that would be right there. Yep.
The spinner rack or the actual magazine rack. But mainly it was a spinner rack. And it was hey, Mom, can I get a comic? She's like, don't you have enough of those? They make them every week. I want them all. So anyway, there was a bookstore in Nashville called Rare, Foreign, and More. And, the first comics trade paperbacks?
Yes. Yep.
It was the first time they were in color, right? And this is before the cartoon. The cartoon hadn't come out yet. There were no toys. There was no movie. Nothing. I walked into this bookstore, little kid, I don't know, 8, 9, 10, something like that. And I saw the first trade, and I was like, what is this? It doesn't look like Spider-Man or any kind of Marvel or DC. There's blood. There's cursing. There's ninjas. This shredder thing is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. And that's where I got it from, was those first trades. Because even then, this must have been, I don't know, 86, 87, something like that. Right before the cartoon started, I'm guessing. I was just blown away. I'd never seen anything like it. And these trades, they were in full color. They were gorgeous. But looking back, like, it was weird because they didn't have the duotone, right?
Yeah.
So forever, and what's crazy about that first trade that I got, it's weird because it's First Comics Publishing, right? But the first trade they put out, mine has a misprint in it. So it goes to like right up to the big rooftop battle, and then it like goes back, and there's some pages missing, and then it catches up. So I've always wondered if anyone has that. Anybody else has that misprint, and it's tattered all to hell. It's in my studio, but that's how I got into it, were those first trades. Because even back then, that first issue was going for like $500. Like immediately, that thing was.
Oh
like,
yeah, the first print and all that.
And this is well before the speculation market of the '90s. You know what I mean? When like black and white books did not do that. You had The Crow, you had Cerebus. None of those books were doing the numbers that Eastman and Laird were doing. It was.
Yeah, I mean, who else
our first misprint,
right? Like, you got The Crow, you've got maybe Mage, Grendel, Ronin, which would have been one. Like,
that's an important one with.
Yeah. Oh, that's a very important one.
It took me a long time to realize that first cover, the first issue, that's just Ronin #1.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Like, I didn't realize that till, I don't know, 5 years ago.
So you noticed earlier my shirt, the image on my shirt. How is that significant? You should tell everybody how significant.
When I've got the drawing back there. I should have just grabbed it. But anyway, when I was like 10 or 11 in Nashville, how you learn to draw comics normally, this is how most kids get into it. You just copy stuff. So you're just going the surface. You just copy and you try to like mimic everything that you see in, the image. So like, I thought that image of like Mikey is my favorite. I don't know who all we have.
Leo.
We got a Leo.
Raphael.
Casey. Who's your favorite turtle? Give him a sec.
Is it froze?
He might be.
He's stuck in place.
Wait, what happened to him? Casey.
No.
Yeah, you are.
There you
You are
go.
freezing up. I don't know if it's me or you. all.
Oh, it's
You froze. It was all right.
Definitely you, sir. We're
Who's
asking-
your favorite turtle? He froze again.
He's froze.
We'll get there.
He's gone frozen.
It'd be cool if he was Leo.
All right.
We could have all
Yep,
four.
you're back.
Who's your favorite turtle?
All right. Jeez. It was always Michelangelo, to be honest.
Okay, we got two
Oh, okay. Two Mikeys.
Mikey's down here.
Yeah, it was always Michelangelo. I liked Raphael. He was kind of the second. He would come second in line. Then Casey Jones, Leo, then Donnie. Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. What was the question? It was about the image on your shirt.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, when I was like, I don't know, 9 or 10, maybe 11, I think it was closer to 10, all I did was copy comics. That's it. That's all I did. I would watch the A-Team and like copy comics constantly. That's all I was ever doing. And
Well, I do now.
Yeah, I do my own stuff now, but it's still copying basically. That image, Justin, on your shirt, that image of Raphael, that's the first page of the second issue, and he's saying "Kiss your butt goodbye," and I was like, okay, let me copy this, and I did it, and I as a little kid, I'm like, well, little kid, I don't know, 10 years old. I've got my drawing right here, which I like penciled and inked with probably a Sharpie, I don't know what, on like just paper, just like copy paper. So it's all like weird and thin now and yellow. And then I held up the comic and I was like, okay, this is pretty close. Like, I know it's not perfect, but I'm like, I think I could do this professionally. If I'm like 10 and I can copy what they're doing.
That's awesome.
And so that's what that image has significance for me. It's what really, I can pin it down to that image is what got me into drawing comics as a thing I wanted to do for a living.
Well, in the last Ronin, issue 2, there's this a scene where artist Ben Bishop actually recreates that image with Raphael.
Mm-hmm.
So he's doing that exact same pose and all that. Yeah.
I need to reread that because I completely missed that.
Yeah, we bugged him about that, and
Wait, he recreates it with
Raph. Yeah,
With Raphael.
for the
Yeah,
same-
but in the Ronin, his outfit that
His
he is in the Ronin.
You mean Michelangelo?
no,
Spoiler alert.
this is a flashback with Raph.
Yeah, flashback with Raph. And
Well, wouldn't that be
in his-
Kevin Eastman doing the flashback? Or
No, we hadn't
on-
gotten to that. That's a little further on, but
okay.
yeah.
And this is in the second issue?
yeah.
Okay, I got
Is
to read
this-
it then. I had no idea. Gives me a
Oh,
new
he's got it
color,
right there. Okay.
but I can't
Oh,
see it. It's like
hang
phasing
on,
me out of reality.
Yeah. Well, what realm are we in?
Yep.
You
There,
Are they right there?
nice goatee.
can't see it. I'll have to check that out. I didn't know that. That's neat. I read it. How did I miss that? It's bizarre.
Well, it's one of those things that you wouldn't necessarily know. And he had told us, because we're in his fan club. He had told us some of the little Easter eggs, and like I noticed that the blade that Karai used to get Raphael was one of those little accessory weapons that came with the turtles. I'm like, somebody finally found a use for one of those little knives that they
Mhm.
came with, right?
The triangle ones?
Exactly, the kunai.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, Ben put a bunch of Easter eggs in the book between Kino and all these other things, dude. Like Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird were in the book.
Yeah.
I need to reread that. They're in our book. They're in the first issue. I don't know if y'all
Yeah.
We got some Easter eggs. Yes, we
Yeah,
have
did
Easter
y'all
eggs.
notice them in the first issue?
This is great, and everybody, this is what we're talking about right now. You can
Oh, yeah.
see this is Casey's background, and this is Isaac's shirt. I said to Eric as soon as I found out about this, I'm like, dude, you got to get a copy of this. We got to get these guys on. We got to talk about this. And my first question is, like, before everything else, where does this fit into the Mirage universe? Does it fit in?
Casey,
All right, I'll take this. So, as a fan, I guess, and I can speak for most people, you were a little disappointed with the second movie, right?
a little.
A little bit disappointed. It was a good one. I mean, I liked it, but they tried to get away from the dark tone of what the first movie was.
I hate that movie so much. Freaking hate it.
Then don't watch the third. So
Yeah.
I like the third one better. You know why? It's got Casey
Wow.
Jones in it, sort of.
all right, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it kind of plays in hand with the first comic, but
No
it
Judith
was
Hogan.
trying to create a second story after Shredder was supposedly thought to be dead.
Yeah, it makes sense based on that, because they're talking about like the garbage truck and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
and then it's like, all right, so Shredder's day job in here is that he's running this facility or something along those lines. Is that
You're not supposed to know that?
Mhm.
We're just
Okay,
kind of
all right.
hinted to that.
all right?
Well,
Okay.
Yeah,
they picked
so
it up.
They picked it up, yeah. So we didn't want to come out straight out to say that, but that is the case.
This
Yeah.
is the world of comics, so there could be a red herring. So
Yeah,
that's
okay. Spoiler
Yeah, man.
alert. You could dish here, Casey. Sorry, you could tell them. Now,
I'm letting you know right now, we are streaming right now on our group
Yes.
and a couple other groups that I just shared too. Just a heads
Yeah.
up.
Now, I will say that I took Casey's script and interjected as much of as much references to the comics as I could, the original Eastman and Laird run,
Yes.
because that's where I come from, those comics, and so I try to bring as much of that in as I could. So it is basically like it almost serves as an apology for all the movies that came maybe up to, like, I like the animated one from, what was it, 2018?
That was a good one.
Good. This new one looks amazing. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks incredible.
it's good, man. It's good, and
But
it's got its audience too, and
Yeah,
I
no,
think it could be great for kids.
exactly, it looks great. But here's the thing: just in my opinion, these comics, they weren't written for kids.
No, yeah,
No.
But they kind of were, because I'm 10 or whatever, and I'm like, this is the coolest stuff I'd ever seen in my life. I've seen Transformers, G.I. Joe, A-Team,
Yep.
and Terminator, Predator, like, you name it. Like, I've seen the baddest stuff ever, and ninjas were at their peak in the 80s. Everything was ninjas. We all had throwing stars and nunchucks.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I got a sword. I got a throwing star there. And the ninjas in this comic, in the Turtles, like Shredder, what a cool ninja. Like, pick a better ninja. I don't know, Storm Shadow.
It's close because, I mean, if you get like deep into it, one-on-one first meeting, Shredder beats Batman. Like Batman had to figure out a way how to beat him.
I love that scene so much. I haven't seen that whole cartoon, but that scene, because I'm not a big Batman fan. Let me just put that on the table, and like let me get 2/3 of your audience to just hate me.
It's all right. No one's perfect, so I'll just
I think
cover everything over here.
There's probably 5 good Batman comics, whereas if you look at Turtles, there's like a stack of them, like to the ceiling of good comics. I don't want to get off on a tangent of anti-Batman sentiment because everybody's going to hate me for that.
No,
because I'm a Frank Miller guy.
Yeah, you like the grittier stuff, so you were probably more into Watchmen.
Not with your mainstream superheroes. I'm against that because the problem with the gritty thing is like, okay, Turtles predate Watchmen. That's all 86. They predate Watchmen's the big one. Watchmen and Dark Knight. Those are the 2 comics that the industry as a whole never recovered from. Because after that, everybody just wanted to do that, which was fine for a while. But Guy Gardner doesn't work as a badass. Like, he was a joke. The Guy Gardner Green Lantern?
I love Guy Gardner.
Me too. He's my favorite Green Lantern now. Yeah. But when he came out, he was a freaking joke. Batman knocked him out with one punch. Yep. And, like, that's my Batman. Not this dark, gritty, like, Frank Miller. Frank Miller is the only one that I've known that can do the dark, gritty Batman. But we're getting off topic. Am I leading off topic to Batman? Why?
I'm never going to turn down a good conversation about Turtles that crosses over into Batman. So it's like, they've had.
I'm a Spider-Man guy. I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah, I was about to say he's Spider-Man.
I'm not Batman. I'm Marvel all the way. Marvel rules and DC drools forever.
Okay. So then you're being a Daredevil then, I'm guessing.
Oh my goodness, that Frank Miller Daredevil run. That is one of the peaks. I think the Frank Miller Daredevil run is probably it's one of the high points of Marvel Comics.
He says all roads lead to Batman.
That's Doug Hall.
Okay, whatever, dude. It's Superman. All roads lead to Superman because what was before Batman? Superman. If there was no Superman, there'd be no Batman. People are like, oh, Superman's hard to write. God, getting off on a tangent again. The Frank Miller Daredevil. Stack that up with anything Stan Lee and Jack Kirby did. It's better, I think.
Yeah, that's top 5 for me. Born Again,
specifically. Okay, bold statement, maybe, but it's better drawn. It's better written. For the time, it was like no one had ever seen anything like that in a Marvel comic. It's amazing it got the
code. Yeah. I did notice that you've got the Comics Authority code tattooed on your arm.
Which way is it? Yeah.
There you go.
This is the hand I draw comics with, so
wow,
it's appropriate.
Ready.
That's pretty fun. So going back to our original thing here, so this fits into the movie verse pretty much. So we're taking as the story from the end of that night. Okay. That makes a lot of sense because that's what I was picking up, but I'm like, there are some other things kind of peppered in here from the Mirage verse. So I'm like, where does this go? And
it's sort of, you can make your own headcanon on it.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is a side thing I want to bring up that the internet needs to know about that I haven't seen anyone on the internet talk about. Thank you. Awesome tattoo. Whoever said that. Carrie Sanders.
Carrie Sanders.
Okay, look. Now, we all remember the scene in the first movie where Leo and Raph were getting into it, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In the kitchen. Or what?
I don't need you.
Yeah. Fight. Kitchen. Okay.
Yeah,
Look.
My son do that all the time.
this is going to change things. I don't know if I might have told Casey about this, but my friend Jared pointed this out, and I've seen that movie triple digits easily.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So, we're all there.
I actually just watched it. I just watched it on Wednesday.
I just watched it last night
I had to
on
watch it again.
VHS.
Okay.
That Pizza Hut commercial. Out in the distance.
Oh man.
Okay, so anyway.
Right field. Yeah.
There's a scene, okay, in that scene where Leo and Raph are getting into it, there's a shot of the table. You can see like a grip or someone behind that table. I think he's wearing a red hat, and he's like ducking behind the table. And it's in the movie. And it's like, you just miss it because it's this incredibly tense moment between Raph and Leo. And the other two turtles have left. But if you go back and watch that movie during that scene, I knew the timestamp, but I forget what it is. Go back and watch it. And there is a guy just like
He's just like
behind the table. And he's there. Like, it's when you get done with this, go watch it again.
Oh, great. Now I'm going to have to go find that out.
There's a dude in the shot just going like this. How all of us missed it, I don't know. Like, my friend Jared is the only one who's ever noticed it. Pointing out, I was like, what? Went home and watched it. I was like, whoa.
It's like the double teeth.
There it is.
Right, like in later after they wake up Raph in the tub, and Donnie is smiling, and you can see the human teeth underneath, like briefly.
And Kino.
Yeah.
Very creepy.
Yeah.
Very creepy. It's like the Joker's mustache.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
It's so creepy. You didn't know why as a kid. Like, why is this Joker so freaky around the lip area? Because Cesar Romero would not shave his mustache. Back to Batman. Maybe that guy was right.
Everything leads to Batman.
It's not fair.
Well, we'll bring it back away from Batman. So we'll bring it back to Casey Jones. So you guys have this idea. You have this idea to do a fan comic based on what I assume would be Casey's favorite, Casey Jones. What leads to this?
Casey had the idea.
Okay.
It was a commission, I believe, right, Casey?
It was. So I've known of Isaac. I knew of Isaac since I was in middle school. He was always known as the guy who had his posters and pictures all over the comic book stores in Johnson City. So he was well known as an artist. And I kind of ran back into him through Facebook. And he had posted some commission stuff. And I was like, I bet he could do the coolest commission work for the Ronin out of all, because I had just read the first issue.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, I want a picture, but I want it to be a little different. I want it to be a little old school. So I actually have the picture here.
There it is.
This is, of course, it's going to mess up, but
oh, there you go.
Yeah, so he did that.
Oh, nice.
And that's got Zipatone on it. Not Duotone, but
Man, I want to see that thing up close a little bit more.
It's got Zipatone on it. I put the Zipatone on it.
Wow.
The leader Zipatone, the new stuff.
That's got like an 80s horror vibe to it that I'm sensing, like with those silhouettes, like a little bit like Fright Night or Stranger Things or something.
Hey, to be fair, he sent me an image that was very similar to this. I didn't.
Get it close to my forehead, people.
I don't know. I can't remember what image you sent me, Casey, but somebody drew a very similar image of The Last Ronin. I'm trying not to. We all know who The Last Ronin is, right?
Yeah. Dude, it's like two years out. There's a
okay. So it's
you're
Mikey,
good.
and he's kneeling there, and the rest of them are behind him.
Yeah, that's in the first.
All the weapons are. I
so.
don't know who drew it. Whoever drew that, I pretty much just kind of like did what they did and just put
Bartley
Splinter up there.
Jeez, I thought for a second you were going to tell me Last Ronin, but it was Casey, and I'm like, mind blown. I'm like, holy crap.
What? Casey was the Last Ronin.
Yeah, like seriously. I'm like, holy crap, what a weird what if, but like that would be crazy. And I'm like, still, that is a great
No,
Dude,
I like
Casey
that.
Jones with some swords? That's Deadpool.
Well, I mean, He's a bit less refined than Deadpool, I suppose. But
I don't know about that. He's a little less fourth wall self-aware. I don't know how refined he is.
Well, I mean, say what you want about Wade Wilson. He's got the skills, right? He can swing a sword, he can kick, he can do all this. Casey's kind of a blunt instrument, so which we love about him. But
okay, now, okay, that's a fair point. But you got to
fights like Wolverine, you know.
Well, okay, yeah, but if you're Casey Jones, you meet Raph first, then you meet the rest of them. You're going to want to get in on his training sections too, right?
Sure.
So, remember when he's using the sword, the katana to cut the carrots?
Yeah, I do.
So, what does that mean? That means Leo just like let him borrow a katana?
I assume that like a teenager, he leaves everything around. So, yeah. At least that's what April was saying in the second movie. So,
you know, if there is one issue with that movie, that first movie, they don't come off as teenagers. They come off as 30-year-olds.
I found that a lot in the 80s, though. Like, you guys ever watched Degrassi back then? You're like, what? These are 30-year-olds.
Of course. Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man. I bought it back then, watched it now. I'm like, who is this father chasing this bus? Is he trying to, like, get his lunch to his kid? It was, like, way too old. But that's why I'm excited about that new movie, because it's, like, actual teenagers doing the voices.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
They
like Tom Holland as Spidey. He was a teenager when he started filming those things. I'm like, makes sense. Hard to get a good teenage actor, though. I'd imagine even now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. The style in your guys' books is amazing. You know, the whole thing going through. I got mine on eBay. How did you initially roll these out for sale?
Yeah.
eBay.
Hey, Casey's the money guy.
Okay.
Get him to answer that. I just draw pictures.
Well, let me go back to how he got the script, so how that idea came up, because he did the commission for me for that picture, and so then I had always had this idea to create and I'm going back to the movie, but the comic was there too, but I always had this idea for a script to how the second movie could have been way better, and I did that as a kid. Actually, I didn't write the story as a kid, but I came up with the ideas as a kid. How could that movie have been better? How could a continuation of the first movie be better? And I do that with all movies. Anytime there's a sequel, I go and I rewrite it myself.
Oh, nice.
As what I think would have worked better, and how they could have actually beat the first issue or the first movie. And that's hard to do regardless. But so that's what I always do. So that's how that second script came up. So I came to Isaac and I said, that's an awesome picture. How do you feel about doing illustrations? I'll write the story. I'll write a script. You read it. You tell me what you think. You can make changes if you need to, and see what you think. So he read it. He read the first issue, and he said, "I think we've got a solid issue right here," and that's kind of how it took off. And he began doing all the sketches, all the illustrations, and it took a while. I think it was we were 2 years in the making for issue 1.
Wow.
Something like that.
Was it that long? Gosh.
I think it was 2 years. Yeah. So we started in.
Takes a long time to make a comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
you can do it quick, but it's a lot of work. It's other than tattooing, which is what I do for a living, hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Making comics. And guys, this is a beefy book. Like, it's not a 22-page and done endeavor, and it's got great like paper stock on it. It's got good gloss for the cover. Like, this is something that's like, I'm proud to put that in my collection. It's not like
I appreciate that. I will say this thing needs to be on newsprint ASAP. Second, I'm tired of looking at it on this. Like, I don't hate the paper stock, but I want to see it on newsprint.
I'm working with the printer for
so
that.
bad. Like, I want to curse about it. I'm not going to say what I wanted to say, but I want to see it on newsprint so bad.
I think Eric's on mute.
Oh, I want to ask y'all. I am on mute. I was. I do want to ask you this. No, but are you guys? Did you guys do this with a Kickstarter, or you guys just did this on your own?
No. So we'll go back to the original question before I changed it around.
This needs. The Kickstarter.
Kickstarter, yeah. We put it on eBay and we did some just trial bids just to see what people would be willing to donate for it.
We sold one for like $70. Don't tell Viacom that though. I mean, they donated $70.
That's another question.
They're probably watching. So the idea is that this is a donation only, and that's kind of in a clause in a way. It's you're donating to our studio to produce more comics like this, and in return you're getting that first issue.
They're not for sale.
Yeah.
Winking with the right eye.
Yeah.
No, I think you're winking with the left.
And we're not making any money off it. I mean, like honestly,
we technically we're really not. It's going back into the prints.
Yeah.
Hey, the second issue is going to
look. If I sell one of these comics, it allows me to buy lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an apprentice tattooer. I don't make a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like, and look, I should have done a bootleg comic a long time ago. I've been making comics since I was like, I don't know, 6, 5. No one's ever. Now, of course, this is all pre-internet. This is the first comic I've made that's like been post-internet, basically, like post-YouTube, post-social media.
Yeah.
Which was what, 10 years ago?
I'd say like 2008, 2009, probably 2008, because maybe MySpace.
I think it was whenever I was getting out of the Navy. I want to say that's when
MySpace,
Facebook. Well, I know MySpace was a thing because I was actually in Japan in 2004, 2005.
Right, but like MySpace, that's like first year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then something happened with Instagram and Facebook where it shifted to nth gear, where it was like you don't need to go to a convention to show your stuff to an editor anymore. You can just like send your digital files to what was it, Comics Wellspring? Isn't that what we used?
Oh wow, yeah.
And then you got a comic, because every comic I've made before this, for one, I've never had anyone help me with the money angle of it, which is what Casey has done different than any other person I've ever worked with. Because if you're drawing a comic, it's good to have someone to write it. It's hard to do everything by yourself. You know what I mean? Like it's a hard thing to do. So it helps greatly if you have someone else to write it. Much more so, someone else to help produce it physically. That's the hardest part. Like actually making the comic is tough. Drawing all pages, getting the ink lettered, all that nonsense. That's one thing. Then when you get it, you go to Kinko's. This is in the 90s. You go to Kinko's and you just print off however many you could afford, like a zine. Okay, that is exorbitantly, prohibitively expensive to make hundreds of copies of it. So then I got to the point where I'm going to a local, it's not an offset press. They're just like, they have one of those giant machines with rollers on it. The place I worked at, Sabre Printers, where they like, they can fold it, saddle staple it.
Yeah.
200-300 copies at a time. That was a big deal for me then. But it was all me. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, this is hard to do by yourself. And then having Casey here, who's ponying up the money to get 300 copies printed, I'm like, this is amazing. This is how it should be. Like, or for me, because I'm broke. You know what I mean? Struggling, starving artist.
Yeah, so a Kickstarter would have been good for sure.
Yeah, that's
we need to do it, right?
That's something. I mean, me personally, we have quite a few friends. We've had, Mike Ruth. I don't know if you ever heard of Mike Ruth, but Mike Ruth is an absolutely amazing person as well as amazing artist too. Mike Ruth.
Ruth, I haven't.
Yes.
No.
Hang on. I'll show you a cover that he did.
What's he got back there? There it is right there, prominently displayed. Oh, my goodness.
He did this cover.
That's good.
It's a 9.9.
Oh, wow. So he works for IDW?
No, he is actually a cover artist. And it does amazing work. But he did this comic called Dodge.
Cover art. This must be nice.
Yeah, he did comic. He did Dodge, where he ended up doing the interior work when somebody else was doing it, and they did a Kickstarter. And I want to tell you, like, I supported it. I'm mostly just TMNT guy. I supported it, but if you guys end up supporting this, I mean, this is something that we can bring to all the different platforms, all the different groups that we're in, and I guarantee you that you'll probably get funded more and beyond what you're looking for. I mean, that's something that you guys need to really, really, really look into, because first off, okay, I don't read too many comics, but I'm looking forward to issue 2 for this one. This is just me personally.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like the story and stuff. It's got a really good story, and it drags you into the character, and you already have a good idea of who Casey and April are going in. And then the whole point is that they lose who they are. How do they find themselves, and how do they relate to each other when they just have kind of like a vague idea of who they are? And I don't want to give too much of it away, but it was really cool to read.
It's very, very well written. I mean, I'm not a reader. Justin will tell you, I'm not a reader. Like I started reading a couple of things, and I was just like, the last runner really got me into like comics more. And
that Flash page.
We'll take donations. Anyways, no. But seriously, I mean, this is something. I mean, you got something good here. This is me and Justin speaking. We're only just 2 people. But I think, I mean, you guys know Rob Dinner. Yeah. Okay. First off, he's a huge Casey fan. I just want people
to find this thing and to check it out.
Good. It is very, very good. And
wait, Eric, who's Rob Dinner?
Rob Dinner, he's I think he was one that got a remark or something, because he's a big, huge Casey fan. Yeah, Casey Jones fan.
He got a remark. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to be meeting him up in Granite Con. We're going to be going to Granite Con, me and Justin. We're going to be guests sitting there. So we're going to meet like Ben Bishop.
Those guys, yeah, they contacted me. I want to go so bad. I can't do it right at this moment. Well,
who contacted you?
One of those dudes, I think. Maybe that guy. But the issue is we don't have any copies at the moment. Like, we got copies of the first printing coming in. So, like...
It's the last batch of the first print run is coming. It should be here within a week.
Within a week.
What about digital, guys? Do you have digital availability?
What do you mean? Like the comic digitally?
Yeah, as a PDF file or something like that. If you have that, that'd be a great way to get it out.
Yes, the whole thing's on Webtoons for free.
I did not know that. That's great news.
Yeah, and there's actually like a 6 or 5 page preview of the second issue, what I was just showing off.
Nice. Yeah.
Pencils on there also. Also, I would like to shamelessly plug my Patreon.
Of course.
Absolutely.
I every page I do, I put up about 5, 6 at a time, the pencils, and then as soon as I start lettering and inking, all that goes up on there. I've been so busy lately with these remarks and commissions that my Patreon output has slowed down to like 2 posts a month. But half of it's like tattoos I do, and the other half is this comic.
Hi, this is Adam, a.k.a. Casey Jones from Casey Jones Livewire, and you're listening to Epic Tales from the Sewers. Time for a knuckle sandwich, punk.
So, like, if you search for Isaac W. Stone on Patreon, there's that. And I will say that Webtoons, like on an iPad, it looks like weirdly digitized, but it's there. You can read it for free. The whole first issue.
That's
exactly. Terry Sanders is absolutely right. PDF are good. They're good. The PDF is a very, very good thing to start out with. That'd be like your basic.
Gotcha.
Like a lot of them will do like basics. Like you'll get the PDF. You can buy the PDF where you can get it early, and then someone will have like a copy of the book and all that stuff, and then you could progressively go on and up and get better tiers. Like you can get a commission from him for like $200-$300 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, however you guys want to do it. But there's a lot. there's a lot that goes into it, but it's you guys have so much going for you right now.
Oh, definitely.
I think it'd be a good thing.
Eric,
I'm on the hype train. I'm gonna be honest.
I feel like such an old man. I'm like, we need to get on this Kickstarter thing.
Yeah.
I hear.
Hey, you're only 4 years older than me. You're only 4 years older than me. I'm not. You're not that much older. But
I just want to show folks this too, because it's like we talked about the writing, we talked about the art, but it's like until you dig in and you look at this and you see, it's like, holy crap, he nailed Splinter, nailed the Mirage Splinter, nailed the turtles, the feel, the way everything is shaded. It's not just the writing that gives it that sort of vintage feel to it. It's the art and the way it syncs together. Like I could have bought this and read it and never said anything about it, but the fact that I'm like raving about it is because it was that like, wow, this is something special. So I was really excited to talk to you guys about it.
That fills my turtle heart with joy. You know what's funny about Splinter, and I've read those. I don't know if y'all have seen those Ultimate IDW collections.
Oh yeah.
Where they reprint all the black and white duotone stuff with annotations from Eastman and Laird. Anyway, they talk about how, like, maybe they talk about it, or one of them brings it up. How
I got
Splinter,
the Rat King one right here. Yeah.
What is that?
This is the Rat King. Exactly what you're talking about. I don't have the Splinter one handy, but I've got the Rat King one.
Is that a Rat King comic?
It is, yeah. And you can see Rat King's first appearance.
Oh, that looks dope.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Wait, his first appearance. What do you mean, like new?
No, his first. This would have been Tales of the TMNT #4, Turtles Adventures 11.
Oh, it's a reprint.
Oh, this is it's a compilation book that has all the like the original Jim Lawson appearance. And Tales.
Jim Lawson's a hero. I love Jim Lawson so much. What? I was getting ready to say something. I can't.
You were talking about Splinter.
Yes. If you look at the Splinter from like the first, I don't know, 3 or 4 issues, he doesn't look like a rat. He looks like a dog or something. There's a way that they drew him. Like, he doesn't have the rat teeth. He looks more like a cat mixed with a dog. He doesn't look
like in the NES game a little bit.
He doesn't look like a rat. The way, I think mainly Eastman drew him. Like, those two guys, they were like Lennon and McCartney.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell where one stops and one ends. But when they do their solo stuff, right, here's a Kevin Eastman, which is always who I gravitated towards. No shade to Peter Laird, because Peter Laird is the one with the tech. Peter Laird is the one who designed the Mausers, all that, like, Utron stuff. Like, that's all Peter Laird. Peter Laird, Kevin Eastman has admitted that he's a better drawer than him, but for my money, it's always been about Kevin Eastman. Like, no shade on the dude. Who's the guy who drew The Last Ronin?
The Escorza brothers.
So there's 2 of them.
Yeah, they're 2 brothers. They do.
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you one thing. Them boys flow together. Because
okay, they're brothers. That's
but what's crazy though? What's crazy with them is that one will start on a turtle, and the other one will go over him.
Must be nice to have a brother to help you do that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, but it's so crazy. Like, you could sit there and like they read each other's minds what they're going to be doing. On
jealous.
I think we had someone who was asking Isaac if you were in the Navy.
Yes, was you in the Navy?
No, I did JROTC in high school. I've got a lot of Navy. My grandpa was in the Navy on my dad's side. My sister almost made it through boot camp. She got booted out. Not the Navy. Why did someone think I was?
I don't know. Someone was just asking.
I don't know.
Huh?
I was in the Navy.
Like, if I was going to join a branch of the military, it would be the Navy, but they wouldn't take me. 1, I'm too old. 2, I can't follow orders. I'm flat-footed. I'm also like, I got head problems. So like, I'm 4F on so many levels. It's ridiculous. But if I would, one branch of the military, I'd go Navy. Easy. But not like near the water. I'd be a land guy.
He'd
Okay.
be a CB is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, like I don't want to be on the boat.
I was on
And I
two
like-
carriers.
I just
I'd
would
be on
like
an
to say
aircraft carrier.
I'm also
fine with-
too old and also do not follow orders well. So
Yeah,
I'm just
I'd be
saying,
fine on an
nobody
aircraft carrier.
wants this.
Aircraft carrier seems cool because it's like seems hard to sink.
It's a float. I'm okay. I've been on two carriers, and they are literally a floating city. One boat that I was on was 5,600 people,
Oh wow.
That's
and then
crazy.
the second carrier. Oh, I'm not done. The first carrier was
Which ones? What were their names?
USS Kitty Hawk,
Oh, Kitty Hawk, dope.
USS
and
Jones.
that was the only conventional carry that was left, which is no longer.
Wow.
And that was a smaller one
What do you mean
compared.
conventional is in not nuclear powered?
That's correct, because it was over over in Japan at the time. Whenever I was there.
Hey, Star Trek fans, we know what the first nuclear powered what was it, submarine or was it aircraft carrier? We know what that was called, right?
The Enterprise, right?
Submarine.
Yeah.
Enterprise,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Freaking, I think so.
Submarine. Was it
No,
not a
no, no.
submarine?
The Enterprise is actually a carrier.
It was an aircraft carrier in
Mhm.
Alameda. Nuclear vessels.
Oh, nice. Star Trek
In
4.
Alameda. Nuclear vessels. The Enterprise. That's so cool.
You guys think
Yeah.
they know about transparent aluminum? Oh, no.
Computer. A keyboard. How quaint. Yeah,
But,
that's I love that movie so much. The Voyage Home. God dang it, it's one of my favorite Star Trek movies. Although, I just watched Star Trek 3 again for the millionth time last night.
This is a good one, too. It's
Underrated.
Yeah,
it's
very much.
It's the one odd number one that's really good.
Yeah, that's fair because
Okay.
five goes down a little bit, but
that's
yeah, he was on Small Boys.
that's the one they let
I
they
don't know
let-
those, to be honest with you. I was on the
Navy
Kitty
have-
Hawk and USS John C. Stennis, which was another carrier that I was on, and it was 6,500 people that were on the boat.
Well,
and Jack Hunter II. Thank you for your service. Also,
Yep, thank you for your
Barrett.
service.
Yeah,
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
so we're doing a lot of talks about submarines. Will there be a submarine appearing in issue number 2? That's what everybody
Oh my
wants
God,
to
there
know.
needs to be. Well, what if the Technodrome was like a submarine?
Dude, you need to do a
Yeah.
Technodrome. That would be amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Or
where's this going?
just
Are we gonna
a
have
submarine
crane?
that shoots out of the Technodrome.
Yeah, obviously. I mean,
I think Casey's brains is churning right now. He's getting all these ideas, and he's like,
now
Maybe?
my brain's turning too. My Indiana Jones brain is turning because I think Casey is clearly the Indiana Jones / Han Solo of the Turtles world. So like, I want to see
like
that
that analogy.
scene. I want to see the scene from Last Crusade where like Casey Jones is hanging on top of the periscope, riding a submarine all the way to a different country.
oh.
Jack,
What?
Jack wants to let you know about his not so secret project, Killabunga.
Cowabunga. What is that?
Yeah, aren't you working on that?
No, I am not.
Oh.
I've told Jack that
Justin, that's your Killabunga. Sounds awesome.
Killabunga is a great
Okay.
idea. Jack
On
is
the
working
name
on
alone,
it.
I'm sold.
Yeah. It's a creature feature where imagine if a Ninja Turtle was kind of like a slasher movie or something. No, it's Jack's project. I'm just helping him promote it. I'm not writing it or producing it or anything like that. So that's on him.
I'm down. So you
Yeah.
mean like there's a slasher against the Turtles, or one of them is a slasher?
One of them is the slasher. I told him it's
Yeah.
golden. It's a golden idea. So
Well, it's got to be Mikey, right?
I don't know, Jack. Jack will have to tell us
Right,
because I don't
Justin
know.
Cooper is my
Mikey has to
advisor.
be the slasher.
That is
It's
not
got to be
accurate.
Mikey, dude.
It probably could be. Who knows?
Same reason why he's the last Ronin. Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
AKA, he was the first turtle drone.
I mean,
Yeah.
Who was
Let-
the first to die? Was it Donnie?
Raph.
Oh, yeah.
No,
That was literally
Makes
the name of the
sense.
story. Was first to die, right? First to fall was Raph.
yeah.
Makes
Was
sense,
it?
right?
Yep, that was.
I'm
that,
just so disappointed. I'm not. I don't like Ben Bishop very well.
Yeah, he's.
Oh,
he's a-
oh. Hey, just for my We got sidetracked. Oh, well,
Jack, I'll let him know, Jack. But I'm gonna curb the Killabunga talk for now, so we can go back to our interview. But yes, I'll send him your info. I promise. Well, go ahead, Isaac. You were saying something?
Yeah, the brothers who drew The Last Ronin.
Yes.
Now that art is digital, right?
I don't know.
I think
feel like
part of
there
it's
are
digital.
I feel like they do the regular board and then they scan it, because I've seen the artwork go for sale. Like I know one of our friends, John, has bought like the big splash page. Yeah,
they draw it, they scan it in. Like
I think that's what they do. I think that's what Ben Bishop does.
Is there an inker involved?
Absolutely. There's definitely an inker involved. And you got a handy there, Casey. Let me see. Inker on this one, Luis Antonio Delgado.
Yeah, Delgado. Yeah, I thought it was Luis.
And Casey, I saw that you had your book handy. Mine has.
Oh, is that the trade?
Since we were just talking about Ben
the hardback. Whoa!
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have that in mind.
Is that a Kevin Eastman?
No, this is Ben Bishop did a.
Wait, who's Ben Bishop?
So Ben Bishop is the one who did the flashbacks of when all the turtles died. So when we were talking about issue 2, he's the one that drew
the
that
non-Eastman flashbacks.
Yep, exactly.
So the guy who drew those flashbacks is different than the brothers?
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, the brothers are the ones that did the present, which I want to say that was supposed to be Andy Coombs. That was supposed to be Andy Coombs.
But there was some shakeup on why he couldn't do it, so they had to actually redo the entire thing.
Who's Andy Coombs? I've heard that name.
Andy Coombs.
He did. He did the first, like issue 8 through 16 or something like that of the Turtles for the IDW series.
Oh, okay.
He did
much of that.
When Slash shows up, like he did like that era, like Slash, and then like the Turtles' first fight with Slash.
Oh, Slash! I thought you said Flash. I was like, the Flash?
No, that'd be cool. Yeah.
What?
Do you remember the ash can?
Is that what that is?
This is an ash can.
Damn, that's a 9.0?
Yeah. I mean, but you also got to think it's only 5 pages. But the thing about this one is this has Andy Coombs' work in it.
Oh, I see. So he was supposed to be one of the main artists in it.
Yes.
Or was he supposed to be the artist?
He was supposed to be the artist of what the Escorzas were doing. So, but for some reason it didn't work out. So
it didn't pan out. So the Escorzas stepped in. And where are they from?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
Because I know here, are they Brazil?
No, but I know that they're. I want to say they're down. They're down south. But I know that Capture Comics is kind of like their agent.
There is a huge pool right now of like South American and like Brazilian, like we got
Santa Luco.
All these guys. There's a lot of them working for Marvel. Didn't realize you were doing this today. I'm a bit late. Love the book.
We were just talking about you, Rob.
We were just talking about Rob.
No, he got one. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that's getting the Casey. He is like, he loves Casey Jones. He's
much like Casey.
Yeah.
He's over here. It's the Brady Bunch.
Oh, yeah. Which way is it? Yeah.
Holy crap. Wow. He got 4 copies.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Wow.
No, wait. I remember this guy. Yeah. He went nuts. Thanks, Rob. Like, we really appreciate that support. Like,
yeah, to be honest, we didn't realize it was gonna take off like it did. It was sort of we're gonna try it out, we're gonna put it out there, and we hope people will see what it is we were wanting to put out with the comic, what we're trying to achieve, and it happened a lot faster than what we were anticipating for sure.
So what you're trying to say is that you had a Kevin and Peter Laird moment.
I was talking about that with Casey about how it was like, this must be a small nth of a fraction of what they felt.
I've had people ask if we are
like all of a sudden it's like, hey, can I get a copy? Can I get 2? Can I get 4 copies? Can I get like 2 remarks? I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, sure.
We've had people, or at least I've had people ask me, are we Kevin Eastman and Leigh, are we them incognito?
Yeah, some dude. Look, some dude called me the second coming of Eastman and Laird. I'm like, hold your horses, man. Like, not. They're still around. I'm not.
Yeah.
All I am doing is what they did. That they taught me how to draw comics. Is all. That's all I'm doing. Like, and
we definitely want to pay homage to them for sure. That's we had to stick to what their tone was with the story, everything.
Look at what Ralph said. He said, we didn't realize you're doing remarks until after the fact. Yeah, no, we're doing them. You can send, hey man, send it back to us, to me. I'll do a remark on all 4 of those.
He's the type of guy that might take you up on buying the original artwork too. So that's
that's something that.
This is the second issue in here.
But we're talking about the first issue, like. You'll be surprised. Like Rob Denner, he's one of those people that absolutely love original artwork. I mean,
here's some of the pencils.
Yeah.
Are you gonna keep any of it, guys? Any of the original pages?
These are the pencils here for the.
Casey, you got to keep one at least.
I've got some.
Casey already snagged some. He got some of the best.
Are you keeping the cover?
The cover is.
I think.
Grabs.
Oh wow!
I thought the cover was. Oh no, the cover's not gone. That's right.
No, it's all.
Even guys, the back cover too. Like
that.
Fantastic.
Here's the whole first issue. These are the pencils. I mean, like all of these are up for grabs.
Wow.
Like
my son waving in the background.
You put up maybe on like Etsy or eBay or something like that.
Etsy, I've got to get a bank account set up to deal with that. They won't deal with Venmo or PayPal, so I've got to start a bank account to get my Etsy going. But it will be available on that.
Look at that. That's page too. That's where he runs into April for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's something that you could post in some of these groups. I mean, the TMNT Party Wagon, they actually they wanted to do Granite.
Oh yeah, all right. Yeah, Rob, we don't have anything planned at the moment. One thing I do have planned for next year is Heroes Con. I'm definitely going to go to that. Outside of that, Small Press Expo, maybe New York Comic Con. I don't know. There's some what was it? Dragon Con in Atlanta.
That's next week, actually. Dragon Con.
Yeah, so this is all would be next year. We're in Tennessee, so going to these San Diego again on Kickstarter, those would be great items.
Yep,
exactly.
Yep,
we got to do this Kickstarter thing.
Yeah.
And now hear me out on this.
That's McConaughey's on.
Now hear me out on this.
Oh, look, there's the last page right there.
Nice.
Okay. Now I'm putting this out there. Granted, I'm telling you, is going to be one of those things that you're going to want to go to.
Killing me. I want to so bad.
Why?
I still might go.
Well, I'm putting this out there. For next year is going to be the 40th year anniversary.
Oh, next year? I thought it was this year.
There's 39.
39. Now, that being said, Kevin's not here. Kevin's not going this year to Granite, but next year, and it's going to be big. It's going to be a big turtle thing. I already have that feeling, we're going to be there one way or another. And it's something that, this is me trying to motivate you guys, and I hope that you guys go. But because I think it'd be
definitely right, Casey.
But it's definitely a part of. It could definitely be part of the TMNT history. We could be there to be a part of the TMNT history. You know what I'm saying? And this is just something that I'm putting out there for you guys to let you know. I think it'd be a great thing, and that's one of the reasons why we are going. We're trying to get our foot in the door and to Granite because we want to be there. We want to be a part of it.
I get it. Foot.
Yeah. What about Rob Blazehill? What?
Oh snap! Shame on you. Bring that up. Hey, look, dude, Rob Liefeld can draw feet. I can show you a million. I can grab my copy of New Mutants 100 off my spinner rack right now and show you plenty of feet that he's drawn.
I'll be honest with you guys. Like, I get it. I think that
I'm a little
Rob
sore
Liefeld,
about it.
He
I
really
can't
now.
stand any bad notes about Rob Liefeld. I won't stand for it.
I just make a joke because everybody does those.
He was
shame on
super
you,
nice.
Eric, shame on you. We were bringing that up. Shame on you.
Do you have that Ronin cover of Eric of that Liefeld did?
No, I don't. I didn't get the Josar one. I know that he did. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
obviously we knew about it before everybody else did.
Justin, I'm sorry. Did you say Liefeld?
I did. It's Liefeld. I'm sorry.
You did it on purpose?
No, I was just.
Oh, you guys with your anti-Liefeld sentiment.
I'm saying I met him. I met him. He was actually really nice to me. And the
exactly.
fans,
the dude is awesome. Name one other comic book artist that has been in a Levi's commercial.
Yeah, he can be fiery, and he can do his stuff. But I mean, he's made his place. I like his stuff for the most part. I'll tell you, I wasn't big on like Blood Brigade and all that, but like I love like the Hawk and Dove. He did my like favorite version of Wolverine, where he's like jumping on the Wolverine saga book. I showed it to him and he signed it. He's like, "Oh my God, where'd you get this?" I'm like, "Oh, I've had that since I was like 8." He was so happy to sign it for me. So,
did you know that he proposed to his wife in a comic?
I did not know that. I did know that his wife was one of the triplets from her sister was on Saved by the Bell. I had no idea. I'm like, she looks so familiar.
He proposed to her in a comic that got printed by Image Comics. So that's about as pimp as you can get as a comic book artist. Because comic book artists, we're all a bunch of nerds. Like, we're not real smooth. We're not cool people. We're not cool guys. We're weird. We spend a lot of time alone just doing this. It's not, we don't talk to women well.
So wait, then who's the Lennon, who's the McCartney here? or are you the Keith? You're the Keith. Okay.
He's John. I'm Paul McCartney all the way.
I was thinking Keith Richards and Mick Jagger, maybe.
Well, I'd be Keith. I mean, I'm the guitar player.
So you're more of a George Harrison then,
No, Paul, all the way.
I'm the cowbell guy.
All right,
Paul McCartney, the Beatles.
I'm Paul.
Paul from Liverpool. Paul.
We never get to do accents on this show, Eric.
Paul McCartney. And then Ringo.
Oh no! Why don't we do it?
You guys have some.
Wait, what? I think it's above. This is the best compliment I've had in a long time. I love Bob Odenkirk.
Better call Saul.
Don't worry, I'm a female nerd and I can't talk to other women well either. Oh yeah, that's easy to say as a woman. Thanks, Carrie. Appreciate that.
Hey, I get called a nerd. I get called a nerd every day. This right here is my mini nerd.
Whoever that was that said that got me sidetracked.
That's awesome.
Rob, that's why the artists have writers to speak for them. I've been trying to get writing in print for 25 years. Yeah, it's way harder to get into the business as a writer than an artist, which is why it helps to have someone like myself to illustrate your story. Hey, we creators are weird, but we're cool in our own way due to the respect of the knowledge we have for all the useless information in our brains. Yes.
You nailed it.
Okay.
And there's a lot of creatives on this stream right now watching. So
could I bring up Bob Odenkirk again? Most people know him now from, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. There's a movie he made with David Cross called Run, Ronnie, Run. Anyone seen this movie?
No, I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Okay, it got overshadowed by Joe Dirt. I'm sure all of y'all seen Joe Dirt. Okay, yeah. Okay, it's funny, whatever, but like, there's a movie called Run, Ronnie, Run. It's on YouTube for free. Don't tell whoever owns that movie that, but imagine, like, I love David Spade's great. But he's from like, wait, Rob Denner said he owns Run, Ronnie, Run?
Yep.
Who's that?
Awesome.
Rob Denner's kind of a little bit of a nerd too.
Okay, look, Look,
Kinda.
David Spade, I think is from like Hollywood or something. He's from like the West Coast.
He's an Arizona guy.
Okay, Arizona. David Cross is from Atlanta, so he's got he knows the redneck mind more than David Spade. Being a kind of a redneck myself, and I won't speak for Casey because redneck's a weird term below the Mason-Dixon line. It's like a badge of honor and also an embarrassing thing. You're too kind of Anyway, Run, Ronnie, Run. I cannot recommend this movie enough.
Okay.
I went
If you're
to check it
into
at my local
Bob Odenkirk,
DVD store.
it might lead you into the world of David Cross, which is, I'd put him up with Lenny Bruce as far as like his stand-up. I don't know if y'all know who Lenny Bruce is. This is
Absolutely.
50s. Justin, you know who Lenny Bruce is?
Oh, very much so. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Excellent. David Cross, he was on Arrested Development. Tobias Fuke. I'm getting us all off topic.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all somewhat connected. I had a couple more questions to fire at you guys. Besides David Cross and Bob Odenkirk, who would you cast if you were going to do Casey in April? Like, who's your ideal fan casting?
Okay, Casey, you go ahead and handle this. I'm going to hit the head real quick. I'll be right back. Casey, you go first.
Oh,
He wants you to write it, and then he'll draw it. So
yeah. The guy who did the Casey Jones Livewire did a pretty good job.
Yeah,
Adam. Yeah. And his wife as April. Awesome job. So so they got it. So if we could, I actually sent them a message and said, you guys, if you want to turn our comic into a movie, a short movie, it's all yours.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Never
awesome.
heard anything back, but I thought it would be kind of cool. It would give them another story to do. And
they were trying to work on getting a series together, actually. So something like that.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Maybe streaming or something. But I'm with you. I think they're fantastic. I think they've got everything that's correct about what you love about it. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Adam is a great artist. Absolutely, Adam's art box is his. You could follow him at Adam's art box on Instagram. But yeah, no,
there's too many damn artists that are good, man. It's crazy.
I met him because I bought a Slash print from him, and he made like one of those like adult coloring books of all like He-Man, Masters of the Universe characters. I'm like, this is amazing. It was like $10.
I've not seen that. Yeah, I saw his. I've seen a few of his drawings. The screen, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm like, I am absolutely going to get this. And then like the other stuff, he had like the coolest thing I've ever seen of the Crow. He's like, oh, you want to buy that? I'm like, $800, but thank you.
Yeah, so he just did a show in Las Vegas, I believe.
Yeah. That's where the rest of those guys are from, Chromatic Phantom. So I'll I'll agree with you on that because I think that's pretty cool. That would be great.
Yeah, if anybody could turn our comic into a movie, they could do it 100% for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, like the orderly that shows up, get somebody to do him, like maybe get a little cameo in there, And I mean, the big thing is anyone who's watching this, if you haven't had a chance, if you can't get your hands on this right now, he's saying it's on Webtoons. You can go and literally read it for free.
You can. Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the only reason for it being on eBay and Etsy is basically for the donation thing. But we could do we may look into the Kickstarter, work with somebody to do a Kickstarter for us to get that going. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I mean, to do it for you. We got to do it ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, and there's different reasons. Like you could look at it and do like either an Indiegogo or you could do a Kickstarter or something along those lines. Or if you want to keep it how you have it, now you get a little bit more of a grassroots following. People are going to be looking for these the first printing runs. Rob is asking, what's the plan for the series? How many issues are you thinking?
I think it's 5.
Wow.
Wait. I didn't get to answer the question.
Okay.
As Casey in April.
Oh, who would you cast as Casey in April?
Okay, now outside of Judith Hogue and Elias Coates, it's impossible to beat that. I think that is a case of perfect casting. So, like, if I go like dream casting, like bring people back from the dead, it's Carrie Fisher and Han Solo. I'm sorry, Harrison Ford.
Oh wow. Okay.
But that's clearly who they are. And okay, let me bring this up for a second. If you think about it, the first Ninja Turtles movie is one of the first, like, it's a quasi Star Wars parody. That movie came out in what, 89?
90.
90? Okay, yeah. So Jedi came out in 84, I think. So other than like Hardware Wars and like a few things in between them, there were no other than like
the Ewoks movie.
But no, I'm talking about parody stuff where like they reference Star Wars in the movie. Outside, like Kevin Smith, like crushed it with his Clerks Star Wars references. But before that, if you think about it, the Ninja Turtles, like, this is your family. I am your father. Right?
You're droidophobic.
Splinter, when he's Obi-Wan's ghost, all the turtles are like Jedi. Wrath is clearly Anakin. There's a lot of Star Wars things in that first movie. But as far as people working today, that's an interesting thing because I would want unknowns.
Okay.
And I would want someone who looks as much like Elias Coates as possible.
Well, Casey was saying Adam from and Kaylee from Casey Jones Livewire is who he would choose.
They're awesome. I think that's a great choice, but I think you need, like, if we're talking, you can choose whoever. Like, you want like a Timothy Chalamet or a.
Oh wow! Okay, you're going.
Ryan Gosling, the Goose. You get the Goose. Okay, get the Goose in there.
From the Pines? What was it? That movie that he did where he had like all the face tattoos and stuff. Like, yeah, okay.
Okay, now here's the thing. What I want to see, Casey Jones wise movie is, Logan, the best comic book movie that's ever been made. Logan.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be talking about Ninja Turtles there, Jack. But yeah, I definitely know about Logan.
Logan by who's the guy that directed that? He just did the Mangold, James Mangold. He did was something recently that was amazing. Indiana Jones. The guy directed Indiana Jones. Okay, get him to do an old man Casey movie where you have Elias Coates, the dude's still alive, bald, fine. Make him like just a wreck of a dude.
I could see that one.
Flash his back.
Yeah.
You get Ryan Gosling, or you take Timothy Chalamet, pump him full of HGH or whatever they do to these Marvel actors. And
Wayne Gretzky on steroids.
I never got that joke when I was a kid because I was like, this guy's not that big. How's he on steroids?
Well, Gretzky.
Tell me you didn't pay
because Wayne Gretzky is kind of skinny.
Yeah.
Get a hockey player. Get some hockey player or a wrestler. Some wrestler that looks like Elias Coates. I don't know.
They had what's his face from Arrow, that did it in the other one.
Now,
Stephen Amell.
I think he could have been a great Casey Jones. He was hampered by the worst Casey Jones mask in history.
From the movie? Okay.
Yeah. And he wears it for like 2 seconds. He's a cop.
It's always on his head. It's always up here.
Why is he a cop? That's so weird. Casey Jones is not. He's the opposite of a cop. He's like Batman. He's a vigilante.
Rob, I don't think that they would.
He doesn't do rollerblades. He's not a rollerblader. If anything, he'd be a skateboarder. He's not a rollerblader.
Oliver Queen.
He doesn't do that either.
Rob, you met him. Yes.
Okay, look, 80s, I'd go Gary Oldman.
Oh, damn. Wow.
And then if you can't get him, you get Daniel Day-Lewis. Oh, my God. Daniel Day-Lewis is Casey Jones.
That would be the most intense.
Right. Think about Bill the Butcher as Casey Jones.
Well, if it was 70s, I mean, I guess early 80s.
De Niro.
Fred Ward. Now I'm going Fred Ward from
what?
From as like a Casey Jones sort of character. Yeah, from Tremors.
Oh.
He was the other guy. So
No, I'd go Kevin Bacon.
yeah, you can go either. I'm okay with either.
Fred Ward, fantastic.
Yarmer Yarger as Casey Jones.
No, Fred Ward would make a great Casey Jones. You're not wrong. He'd be fantastic. All you need is that
Well, he
swagger.
passed away last year. But, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Here's the obvious choice. Because Casey Jones, you got to have the swagger. Am I wrong?
No, I agree.
Chris Pratt.
I don't see it.
Oh, you don't see it? Why not?
I see
Star-Lord?
the swag. No, it's because every time I see him, he's putting his hand out and he's going like this. And I'm like, if you do that in one more movie, I just never gonna watch your movies again.
You're just talking about those Jurassic turd movies. Justin, just follow me for a second here, okay?
Mario.
Listen to me now, believe me.
Yeah, Mario was decent.
I liked
Let's
Mario.
go.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm gonna win. Okay, look, just follow me for a second. Okay, this guy right here.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
All right, you got Star-Lord, all right?
This is Han Solo.
Yeah, basically.
Fucking carbon copy. So, Han Solo is Casey Jones. Now, dye his hair black. Let it grow out a little bit. He's already got the physique. He's got the attitude. He's got the swagger. And as far as April goes, it's hard to beat Judith Hogue. So you don't want to know. I think that was one of the missteps of Wesley Snipes.
That is.
I'm fucking down. Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, I mean, if you put Wesley Snipes in a movie, I'm going to watch it. So
no, I would watch that. Wesley Snipes and Joe Carrier from. Oh,
that's cool. He's got the hair.
Yeah.
Wait, Steve was the bad guy, right?
Not really. I mean,
no, wait. Joe Carrier's the good guy.
Yeah.
No. It'd be the asshole prick guy, the brother.
Oh, Billy?
Billy.
Yeah.
That's Casey Jones right there. That dude. Cast him. He's easier to get than Chris Pratt. Way cheaper. Get that dude. He was in that Elvis movie. No, that guy. Billy. Whoever. That dude. That's Casey Jones. And then,
he was in a Power Rangers movie, I think.
God,
right?
okay.
Yeah.
So April, you need like a Margot Kidder type. Okay, like Margot Kidder was the best Lois Lane because she doesn't look like Farrah Fawcett at the time, and Judith Hogue, I think, will never be topped. She's like Christopher Reeve playing Superman. Judith Hogue was so perfect as April O'Neil. You've got to cast someone like that. Preferably an unknown, but if you're gonna go,
I guess that's his name. Was it Dacre Montgomery?
Who's that?
That's the guy we're talking about.
Who played Billy?
Yeah.
Oh, Billy.
Billy go.
Oh, Billy. No, that dude's got the mullet already.
What about Woody Harrelson?
As Casey Jones? Yes.
Old man Casey with
No.
You got everybody.
No. Old man Casey's got to be played by Elias Coates.
Yeah, no, obviously.
I'm thinking about Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson can play like.
I'm thinking Zombieland.
No, like you cast Woody Harrelson as like second to final, like right before he becomes.
We're going deep, and Justin is not liking it.
Although it's not that I don't like it. I just think it's absolutely crazy. I'm like, what would you picture him as? You know,
who?
Woody Harrelson. Like, would he play like Casey's dad? Wow.
Oh, Casey's dad.
I think it'd be good for Casey's dad.
Get Woody Harrelson to play Casey Jones' dad. That would explain a lot.
Yeah. He gives him his first bat, and it's like you said.
No. Casey Jones' dad would be like battling Jack Murdoch.
Yeah, he'd be like a
He'd
trap.
be like he'd be Daredevil.
I use the head. I use it. I'll be right back.
No worries.
He's gonna use the head. Navyman. We got the Navyman up here. He's using that naval lingo. No, Woody Harrelson will play Casey Jones' dad.
Yeah,
and he's a boxer.
I get
and
it.
A hockey player. He plays hockey.
Oh, he says. Rob says it's got to be Ron Perlman. I don't know how much more Ron's doing in live action though, guys. So like he's 78.
Oh my God, Ron Perlman is Casey's granddad.
Yeah,
Casey's granddad. Look, Ron Perlman is like Schwarzenegger. He makes any movie better.
Yeah, that's true.
Like-
Even Doctor Island of Dr. Moreau, so which is not a great movie.
Wait, is Perlman in that?
Yes, he is. He plays the goat priest in it. So yeah, it's
Now
it's
I will have Justin. I'm gonna have to go ahead and disagree with you. I think that's one of the most amazing movies that's ever been made.
okay.
That's late period Brando, where he would show up on set with no pants, so they wouldn't film below the waist. That's insane. That's crazier than anything Orson Welles ever did. Look, that movie is nuts. Val Kilmer, right?
Oh yeah.
If they don't bring the original actors in a cameo, a couple of lines in a second. Yeah, I mean, seriously, like, what is Judith Hogue and Elias Coates? Elias Coates has worked steady.
Oh yeah, he's still working.
He's in Defendor with Woody Harrelson.
Oh,
I don't know if Justin, if you've seen a movie called Defendor.
yeah, that's that. I have seen that where he's the superhero.
He's Forrest Gump.
Yep,
kick ass. It's a better version of the movie that James Gunn made called
the Super.
It predates that, and I think it's honestly, I think it's a better movie because what is Rainn Wilson's character in that? Just a guy with a wrench who's what's his motivation? At least Woody Harrelson has some kind of like Captain Industry thing going on. I don't know.
I'm a Blank Man fan myself, so I don't.
Oh my god, I love Blank Man, and I love Super. I think Super's a really good movie, but it's clearly like I think it pales in comparison to Defendor. Defendor has more heart to it, and to me,
I'm gonna rewatch that one because I've definitely seen it, but I don't recall it as well as I recall the other. Oh my god! Now here's the answer right here. Bruce Campbell is Casey's dad. Duh.
There you go.
Wait, I mean, how did we overlook that?
Oh wait, no. Hold the phone. Yeah, okay. Bruce Campbell is Casey's dad. All well and good. I forgot about my acting spirit animal, Sam motherfucking Rockwell.
Why not?
Sam Rockwell is Casey Jones.
And he was in the first movie, so he's familiar with the property. Yeah.
Sam Rockwell. That's my vote for Casey Jones.
Okay.
Sam Rockwell. And as far as April, you've got to go. I don't know, like Emma Stone would be good.
Yeah, that's cool.
Emma Stone, she did a redhead as something. Emma Stone would be good. Regular. Whatever you want to do it. Hey, you got any cigarettes? I know, right? Like, what a first role. I'm sure it wasn't his first acting role, but, like, it's got to be one of them. You know what I mean? It's like Sam Rockwell, I feel, is my acting spirit animal.
Well, we're running short on time, so I want to make sure that I get this. So you guys wanted to do 5 issues you're going to try to go for the story?
I think it's going to be 5. Right, Casey?
Yeah, we're hitting at 5. And then we're gonna have a couple of crossovers for our original characters.
Oh, nice.
We're gonna pull them in.
Halle Berry's Casey as April O'Neil. I love it.
I'm never going to say no to anything with Halle Berry in it.
Exactly.
I mean,
like Schwarzenegger, she makes any movie better.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Casey.
So you're going to do crossovers with original characters that you have with Casey. Yeah. Okay. Are they going to be mutant characters? Are they going to be human characters? Oh,
they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say anthropomorphic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, did you by any chance get the ideas from the original role-playing books?
Sorry.
Not quite?
No, I just kind of...
I had that TSR book. I don't have it anymore. It's one of my great regrets. I had it. Strange. What was Other Strangeness?
Yeah, there's 3 of them. I think there's like After the Bomb, the regular Turtles one. Then there's After the Bomb, and then there's
3 of them?
Australia, Down Under. Yeah.
You're killing me, Smalls. There's 3 of them?
I believe so, yeah.
I had the one. I had Other Strangeness.
There might even be more. I don't know. I'm not the expert on that, but
Jesus Christ.
Eric, we were just talking about they're going to do 5 issues, and they're going to actually do crossovers with some original characters, which may be mutants. So that's kind of fun.
Well, here's the idea. Okay, we use their IP to kind of like shoehorn in our IP, not our IP, like our IP. So when IDW hopefully buys our 5 issues, we can be like, okay, these characters are ours. You can print those too. We'll work for you. We have our own. That's the plan. Like to get in through the Turtles. Say, here's 5 issues. They're already done. You want them? You don't? Whatever.
You guys building a fan base too. You know, you got the whole thing with the Casey book, and I mean, what you've done is no small feat. Like the fact that you've made and produced something that is of this quality is really, really something. So.
Yeah. I mean, and you guys, I mean, I have to say, you guys did this without a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So that's even more impressive. And Kickstarters are usually a huge help. I mean, when you have something, what you guys are doing, and like nobody knows something about it, but you guys are doing it from the ground up. And then, like I said, you know, the Kickstarter, I mean, you're getting known, and, you know, the sky's the limit for you guys right now. Sky is the limit for you.
Casey, we got to get on this Kickstarter thing. ASAP.
Yeah.
Casey's like, man, why'd you bring this up?
When would folks hope to see the second issue done? Is this going to be something that's maybe in winter 2023 or?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're banking on winter of 2023 for sure. Yeah, it's getting close. He's got it. He's on to the last few pages.
Page I'm on right now. This is page 24. Casey,
they should tell him it's going to be a huge comic. It's going to be bigger than the first issue.
32 pages.
Wow, 32 pages.
Wow.
Look, here's a Paul. Look, I did a Paul Galassi. I don't know if you guys know who Paul Galassi is. He's a comic artist.
First backer right here. I think I'm going to beat you to the punch, Rob.
Paul Galassi did Shang-Chi. This year is a famous.
Oh, from like Marvel Presents?
No, from the Deadly Hands of Kung Fu Shang-Chi comic. This is my little, you call it a swipe.
Man, I want to tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if Rob didn't purchase that one.
So, this is the second issue here. This is some.
It's fantastic. Look at this.
Still in the hospital there. So
Casey, then the scripts are done through the 5th issue then?
The probably 4th issue. We're probably into. I'm probably into the 4th
more or
issue.
less.
The last issue. That's the one I'm kind of working on now.
Cool.
And then the crossover issues. I have their standalone issue kind of written out, but I got to write them into the comic.
Oh, the Cerberus cover. Nice.
Oh.
Now this is a commission I'm doing for somebody right now.
Yeah.
That is insane. I like that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great. No, I'm excited. I didn't know that you could read this on Webtoons for free. That's like beyond expectations for me, because I want to get this out to as many people as possible. It's been up there for
like I don't know, 7-8 months.
Has it really? Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, we didn't advertise that one, I guess.
I've been doing it. I do it.
I'll make sure that we have it out there.
We'll definitely be putting the word out a lot more. I mean, that's something that do you guys have like I know you have your studios and stuff. Is there like a regular Facebook that we can actually contact with about, you know what I'm saying? Like you have your regular Facebook names or something like that?
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Well, that's something that, I could definitely look into, and, if there's something going on that, then, we'll be more than happily and proudly to share that information and pass it on to all the other groups that we're in too, because we run 2 turtle groups ourselves, and plus we're in quite a few other ones too.
Yeah, Eric and I were talking, and he didn't realize. He's like, "Oh yeah, this group I have has like over how many do you have? Like over 20,000 people or something in it." Like,
there's one that's has over 20,000. There's like 23,000. I don't run that one. There's one that I do run, the IDW group one, which is like I want to say it's almost like 8,000. It's not more.
I thought it was more than that. There's a lot. That is a lot.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
All
Hey,
right.
can I show off one more tattoo?
Yeah, sure.
Because I got this shredder tattoo over here.
Oh, sick.
I think that's also from the first.
That's from the
second,
first issue?
Yeah.
Where he's fighting Leo up on the roof?
That's it.
Yeah, there's mine.
Oh, what do you got? What do you got? That looks dope. It's so hard to get
around.
I know. It's tough, right?
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Oh,
got
wow. That's
Donnie
dope.
and Splinter.
Yeah. Wow. Dope. That didn't feel good up near your proximal region.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. I was like, me and my tattoo artist, I was like, we really, really got close when he started drawing Leonardo's sword to under my cheek.
That hurts. I'd imagine. I've heard. I don't
No,
have.
actually, it
under my
doesn't.
cheek.
I say the worst spots that I ever had was probably under here.
Oh, I've heard that. I got
yeah.
nothing. I got nothing.
The chest and the hips.
My worst was my ankle bone. That shit hurt like a motherfucker. Look at this one right here. You recognize this Green Goblin?
Oh, from Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
How does it? Fuck, this is hard. Why can't it show it? Is it moving? I don't understand what's going on here. Let's see.
Oh, geez.
There it is.
Okay, it's a bad.
He's gonna start
angle.
OnlyFans for feet pics.
God dang it! This is hard to do.
There's our first Kickstarter.
Yep.
Why that pause? Why
And to be
am I
honest
first?
with you, you should do that. You should do that.
I had to share this because Doug is. Oh my god!
I got that Maximum Overdrive test. It was
We're gonna
fine.
pass on
It
that
got
one, Doug.
right on the ankle bone. Good God, that was
Oh,
probably
that
the
was
worst
a-
pain I've ever been in my life. Maybe I'm
Yes,
getting older. I
definitely.
thought I could take a tattoo. Like,
Definitely, I agree with that one, Rob.
God dang it!
Send him a
that-
copy. Send him
Dude,
a copy.
That
Sure.
that would make me just my head would explode. I love Rob Liefeld so much. I'm such a huge fan. So
I
you
keep telling
guys
people
need to cool it with that feet
really
talk.
cool.
I'm gonna grab my. I'll do it. I'll get my New Mutants 100. I got it right there on my spinner rack. You want to see some feet? It's got it.
The headline, front page.
Yeah, I think we're good on that. With this, I've got your guys' social media up here. So I've got it's Isaac.w.stone, right, at Instagram, and then we've got at Geppetto underscore. Hold on, when it rolls back around. Where are you at? At Geppetto's underscore alley.
Yeah,
And
it's
then-
actually GEPPETTOS.
Okay. All right. So that's two P's in there. And then Futigeo Studios.
Pee-pee.
Fudakigo, yep.
Kigo, yeah.
Pee-pee.
All right. Does anybody else have any other questions before we wrap up? I mean, the big question that we always ask, gentlemen, all of our guests is pineapple on pizza or not pineapple on pizza?
Oh, definitely. I'm a vegetarian, so I'm like pineapple on pizza all the time, every day. I just
No.
eat pizza. Eric's
It's not my
no.
go-to, but I've had it. It's not bad, but I wouldn't. Not my go-to.
Not your go-to. Okay. Yeah,
No.
not my go-to either, but I will eat it. So
Whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Y'all are all
If it's
meat.
there,
I like it. I
I'm the
like it.
only vegetarian on the screen. I'm gonna just go ahead and take a guess at that.
yeah,
Right.
I'm eating meat. You just can't see it. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you might
So-
live 9 years longer than me, but I enjoy my 9 years.
Hey,
There
dude,
you
I'm
go.
a vampire. I'm a vampire. I'm gonna live a lot longer than 9 years longer than you.
he's already said he's the Paul, so we know he's going to keep going past 64. So
I look. I'll say this right now. Like Ringo's gonna go first.
oh jeez.
That's sad and depressing, but I think pineapple is good if it's fresh, it's gross when it's warm. Whatever,
I
dude.
like it. I like it. either
Whatever,
way.
dude.
I like it when you
Pineapple's
when you grill
good,
it.
however you want to do it.
Yeah, I like it if you grill it and then you put it on.
Also, if you have
That's
if you have a whole pineapple, that's a weapon.
Bob Odenkirk does not like pineapple on pizza. Okay.
That's fine.
At least we're not getting into the
That's
little
why-
nixy things.
Thanks,
why he's a
anonymous
pineapple.
Facebook user.
He's a nobody. That's why.
Yeah,
So-
who even was that? Was that Bob Odenkirk himself?
I think so. Yeah, he constantly follows us. He's trying to pick us up for the next season of
Well,
Better Call Saul.
Robert Odenkirk, I would like to say I love Mr. Show, and I love Run, Ronnie, Run.
With that, guys, we're gonna end the broadcast here. Be sure everyone who's listening to this to stay tuned for our pizza recipe. I want to thank our guests. We got Casey and Isaac from the Casey Jones Amnesiacs book. Eric, you want to take us home?
Man, I don't know. It was an absolute honor to have you guys, and I really, really look forward to seeing issue 2. That's the huge thing. I think there's a lot of other people, and I just feel like the sky's the limit with this. And yeah, I think you guys got a lot of stuff going on for you. A lot of good stuff going for you.
Thank you.
you, Aaron.
Thank you.
All right,
We got to
fellas.
do this again.
Absolutely.
Soon.
Definitely. Hopefully I have my camera stuff all correct.
Yeah, what the heck?
It's pizza time.
And now, in a segment that we call Pizza Time, where we discuss any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle or pizza-related food, I give you Pizza Time.
It's your pizza time of the day. This is a little bit different than the ones we're used to. This one is actually a salad. Today, we have Turtle Power Pizza Salad. Pizza salad? Whoa, bro, now we're talking. Add a mix of your favorite toppings to this super easy salad. You could even skip the dressing and use sun-dried tomato, pesto, or any herb pesto, too. Ingredients: 8-ounce uncooked fusilli pasta, 1 pint cherry tomatoes, halved or quartered, 1 medium green bell pepper seeded and diced, 1/2 cup sliced scallions, white and light green parts only, 1/2 cup sliced black olives, 2/3 cup finely diced pepperoni, about 2 ounces, 1 cup diced low moisture mozzarella cheese, 1/4 cup grated Parmesan cheese. You can also use shredded. Handful of fresh basil, or as our British listeners say, basil leaves, torn or roughly chopped. 1/2 cup extra virgin olive oil. 1/4 cup red wine vinegar. 1 teaspoon of salt-free Italian dressing blend. 1/2 teaspoon garlic powder. 1/2 teaspoon fine sea salt. 1/4 teaspoon finely ground black pepper. Instructions: bring a large pot of water to a boil and cook the pasta to al dente. Step 2. Drain immediately and then rinse the pasta under cold water. Drain well and then transfer the pasta to a large bowl. Step 3. Add the tomatoes, green peppers, scallions, olives, pepperoni, mozzarella, parmesan, and basil. Toss gently until everything is evenly distributed. Step 4. In a small bowl, whisk together the oil, vinegar, Italian seasoning, garlic powder, salt, and black pepper. Step 5. Drizzle the dressing all over the salad and toss well. Taste and adjust the seasonings as desired. Lighten it up, dudes. Use whole wheat pasta and low-fat mozzarella, and skip the pepperoni or swap it with cubed poached chicken. This is your pizza time of the day, Turtle Power Pizza Salad.
Cowabunga, dudes! Thank you for listening to the Epic Tales from the Sewers podcast. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were created by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. This podcast has no affiliation with Eastman, Laird, Mirage Studios, IDW Studios, Archie Comics, or Nickelodeon Studios. This podcast is a member of the Dorkening Podcast Network. Check out thedorkening.com for other podcasts. Epic Tales from the Sewers is recorded by Justin Cooper and Eric Will.
It took me 10 years to make the perfect man cave.
And then we took it over. And we made it into the multiversal chamber.
Then I started my own podcast.
And we took that over too. And we're the co-hosts, the Multiverse Kids.
Yeah, and I'm the dad, the geeky dad. And every week, we what?
We review the movies, shows, and books. Games and toys.
Yeah, and sometimes we even have a special guest. So, join us every week on the Geeky Dad Podcast.
Greetings and shabibans. We are the Retro Reductopus Cephala Podcast, a long-form bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
Yeah, that sounds good, but I don't know what all those words mean.
I think what Parasite Steve's trying to say is that on Retro Reductopus, we explore a range of retro goodness, from toys, video games, and movies, to cartoons, and even snacks and school lunches.
Oh.
And we do it all with a positive spin, a slew of killer guests, and some very adult language.
And you know what else is cool?
No.
This crazy show is part of the Your King Podcast Network with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
What's that?
And if waiting 2 weeks for a new episode gives you a sad, know that we drop bonus episodes all the time, like the off-format Crow's Nest and an interview series we call The Bragg.
You can listen to Retro Reductopus on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or any app that's cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all the things that make growing up awesome.
Hello, intrepid listeners. This is the Generation Playlist Podcast, a podcast about music where we are your guides through a particular group or artist.
We talk about the music, and then we make a customized playlist to share with you, our listeners. And you can check us out wherever you listen to podcasts and find our playlists on Spotify.